this week's Raw hails from London, England, and it starts with Dean Ambrose answering his phone, and it's Kurt Angle calling him up saying that, okay, he can be the fucking special guest standing in general manager for this week. Okay, fine. So we're gonna have a lunatic and an unstable general manager this week. Yeah. But he hits the ring and he lets everybody know about the news as far as him being the general manager for this week. Until The Miz comes out. And he's like, can you imagine him being the general manager talking about Dean Ambrose? And he's like, yeah. The show will just be in chaos. And so Stephanie McMahon knew what Kurt Angle was up to and called The Miz and said that, okay, they're going to be co-acting general managers. So you're going to have The Miz and Dean Ambrose. So basically, it was the unstable, lunatic, coward, pussy show this week. Anyway, Dean Ambrose was trying to make the first match of the night until The Miz interrupted him, saying that, okay, look, he reminds us of last week as far as him beating Finn Balor and Seth freaking Rollins in a match to earn the #1 contendership for the Intercontinental Championship. Which basically, yeah, after all, it took Samoa Joe. It took his wife. It took Bray Wyatt. Yeah, okay. And again, you see, it's not like he won the match totally alone. If he would have won the match alone with shenanigans, used a fucking foreign object, it was triple threat moves, so there was no DQ, I would have accepted that. But once again, he was barely in the ring, he barely had any spots, and he had motherfuckers come and help him and do all the work, including his wife. So, that's why I can't stand this fucker. And for you all to want him to be WWE champion or Intercontinental champion, it's like, come on. You want him to have some of these, but he doesn't fucking wrestle. And he fucking doesn't put on great fucking matches in order to earn these. Or, he's not even a fucking big-ass fucking threat. I mean, damn. He can talk in a mic. Not relevant. It's just not. Okay, then he can be a commentator. Or a manager. But anyway. Braun Strowman comes out. Braun Strowman... No. Before Braun Strowman comes out, Dean Ambrose is like, yeah, at Extreme Rules, I'm going to, kick you and yeah, I'm going to beat you down. And right when Ambrose says that, what do you know? The Miz hides behind his wife, or his wife steps in front of him. And it's like, oh, God. Dean Ambrose wants to shake his hand. And The Miz was just like, still hide behind his wife. Until Braun Strowman comes out. And he's like, look, he doesn't care who's general manager. Hired by Kurt or Steph. He will get what he wants. And he talks about Roman Reigns. And of course, this gets big pops from the crowd, but Roman Reigns is not, a part of the equation as far as I'm concerned. This feud should have continued through WrestleMania, as I said before, but they started it at Mania, and then continued it, but anyway, Braun Strowman, then Kalisto comes out, and his music was not even recognized, and he got no reaction. He got no reaction from the crowd. And Kalisto was like, yeah, you treat me like garbage. No one treats me that way. I want to fight. I want to face Braun Strowman. And Strowman was like, yeah, okay, look, I'm injured. Because he had his arm in a sling. Braun Strowman had his arm in a sling, courtesy of motherfucking, Payback and the attack and all that. From, the backstage and the ambulance and shit like that. But he was even like, look, I'm injured, but I could beat you with one arm. And Dean Ambrose was like, oh, okay, so it's settled. Braun Strowman versus Kalisto tonight. And Braun Strowman was like, didn't you hear me? I'm injured. Yeah, I did hear you. But you also said you can beat him with one arm, so match tonight. Right after that, finally, Dean Ambrose makes the first match of the night. Finn Balor versus The Miz. Now, okay, they tried to make this believable as possible as far as having a back and forth match. Until the shenanigans came where Maurice got on the ropes. The Miz pushes fucking Dean Ambrose into the referee when the ref was attending to Maurice, and Miz goes outside of the ring as usual, running, gets the mic and was like, "Look, I can't allow a WWE superstar to run into a referee, so disqualify him, ref. Disqualify him right now." He is the co-acting GM, so he's like, "Disqualify him." So the ref does ring the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Miz, he announces himself as the winner and tries to go in the back. But no, Dean Ambrose comes out. He's like, "No, we're not going to do this. No, we're not going to, no, we're wrestling tonight." Get back in there, restart the match, and Maurice is barred from ringside. So, well, what do you know? It takes like 3 moves later, and Finn Balor actually wins the fucking match. Why did it even have to last that long? Seriously. Does anyone out there take The Miz versus Finn Balor seriously on a high level? No. But anyway. Oh, God. So, Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss had an interesting confrontation backstage, where Alexa Bliss was getting ready, but if you look closely at the belt that she had, I'm like, wait a minute, was that Raw Women's Championship, was that a replica? Because instead of having her own fucking side plates, it had the W's. It had the WWE side plates. She had them changed when she fucking won the belt. So, was that a backstage tape segment? Or did she forget about the belt or whatever? No, she didn't, because when she came out a little bit later on, her side plates were on the belt. But anyway, the confrontation was about Alexa and Miz, Nia Jax. Nia was like, "Did you mean what you actually said last week?" And Alexa was like, "Yeah." So Nia is basically pushing for a title match, and Alexa's like, "No, I don't make the matches. Kurt Angle does, but he's not here. But as soon as I see him, I'll let him know." And Nia's like, "Okay, until then, you have yourself a new best friend." So basically, I think Nia is going to be following and stalking her until she gets her title shot. But of course, she has to get done with with Bayley when Bayley receives her rematch. So, you have Alexa Miz, as I call her now, with Nia Jax against Mickie James, and well, what do you know? Bayley's with Mickie. In kind of a back and forth match. Nia even tried to get involved, but to no avail. I mean, she tried to hold freaking Mickie James' leg as Mickie James was trying to go over the top rope. Bayley dives on top of her. But then as Mickie was on the fucking top, fucking Alexa just socks her on the fucking head. Mickie James falls, and then Alexa pins her. And I'm like, whoa, Mickie James lost by just getting socked in the head? Mickie James has a lot of history about, her being resilient and winning matches. So she's going to be putting over people so much, and in so much of a little scale, that all it took is a sock to her head in order to fucking beat her. And after the match, Bayley tries to get in the ring, and because Alexa tries to attack Mickie after the match, Bayley gets in, and well, what do you know? Alexa Miz runs away. But Mickie James was left in the fucking ring, and Nia Jax goes in and attacks. Beats her down, splashes her in the corner, and puts an elbow off the ropes when Mickie is down and leaves. She's not like most girls, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so you get Dean Ambrose and The Miz backstage arguing about stuff. And The Miz saying that, yeah, they wanted a Miz TV, and he was going to have like a couple of members of One Direction on there. And Dean's like, no, let's talk more action. because they was looking over the paperwork. It's like, yeah, Miz, you can go home. But as that was going on, he's like, before I beat you for the Intercontinental Championship, you're going to have to face Bray Wyatt in the main event tonight. So it will be Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt in the main event. Okay, fine. So you have Samoa Joe doing a backstage interview. And he's like, it's not over until he says it's over between him and Seth Rollins. But during that interview, Rollins attacks. So basically it was a backstage brawl for a little bit until they get separated. Is that a preview for Extreme Rules? Is it going to be an Extreme Rules match between these two next time they go against each other? It may be. I don't see why not. I don't see the consequences of not. I mean, come on. Anything goes match. Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules. Joe and Rollins. The two that can handle that type of match. But anyway, Strowman versus Kalisto. Strowman actually comes out, arm and sling. He gets on the mic and he's like, he won't take the match. He calls Roman Reigns a coward, but the bell rings, and once again, when Kalisto came out, there was no reaction from that fucking crowd. Bell rings, Strowman attacks with legs and okay, yeah, big boot and stomps him in the corner, and Roman Reigns comes out. Roman Reigns basically walks to the ring, gets in the ring. Where did Kalisto disappear to? They stare at each other for a while, and Roman Reigns attacks the arm. Then there's a brawl. And during the midst of this attack, Roman was doing nothing except attacking the arm. He even got a chair and attacked the arm with it. Is there going to be a chairs match between Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman at Extreme Rules? Maybe. But yeah, Braun Strowman ends up retreating, and yeah, it was boos from the London crowd when Roman Reigns came out, but it's boos for Roman anywhere where he comes out. But anyway, the Golden Truth talks backstage, talking about, yeah, Goldust was, kind of hurt when Kurt Angle told him last week that their win-loss record wasn't on the par, so they weren't beginning the fucking title match or title shot or anything like that. But tonight is their night. Tonight is their night to prove that they, belong in that title scene. But it was a tag team turmoil match, and in this tag team turmoil match, it proves that they weren't. The two teams that started were Enzo and Cass, Sheamus and Cesaro. Sheamus and Cesaro end up winning this tag team turmoil to become the number one contenders for the tag team championships. They went through Enzo and Cass. Okay? That should be enough right there. That they went through Heath Slater and Rhino. That should be enough right there. They went through Anderson and Gallows. And then they went through the Golden Truth in order to, obtain the number one contendership. So, wow, I don't remember any time where one tag team in a tag team turmoil match went through all the teams. I may be wrong, but damn, you at least have Enzo and Cass and fucking Anderson and Gallows started, and then, at least somebody knock off the team that started the match. But that didn't happen. And Sheamus and Cesaro just went through all the fucking teams, and it's like, wow, you just treated your whole tag team division like crap. So after the match, yeah, Goldust and R-Truth were being beat down by Sheamus and Cesaro, and well, what do you know? The Hardys just come out. Now, they didn't save the Golden Truth. The Golden Truth were already out of the ring, but the Hardys hit the ring, and fucking Sheamus and Cesaro, they end up retreating. Live to fight another day. Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe battle in the ring during the match, and next thing you know, there's a DQ. See? At Extreme Rules, most likely it'll be an Extreme Rule match, no DQ. But this was caused by disqualification because there was an exposed turnbuckle, and the referee even warned Samoa Joe not to put Rollins' head through it. What does he do? He puts Rollins' head through it, and then he gets him in that fucking choke, and he chokes him out. So it's like, Again, Joe's like, it's not over until I say it's over. Fine. I mean, let that rivalry... I wish this rivalry was for a fucking title. But, anyway. TJ Perkins versus Gentleman Jack Gallagher. And, okay. Neville was on commentary. And I guess TJ Perkins got this new dark, evil, heelish type of thing going in order for him to get a title shot against Neville. And Neville is acting like he's not going to give it to him. Not willingly anyway. But, yeah. TJ Perkins actually fucking wins the match by holding a whole bunch of fucking tights or shorts or whatever Jack Gallagher was wearing. He almost exposed his asshole. Now I'm like, stop pulling. Got the 3 count, left the ring, went back in the ring, attacks Gentleman Jack. And A Double comes out and makes the save. I mean, yeah, you haven't got past A Double yet. Yeah. Okay, Sasha Banks against Alicia Fox. Did anyone take this seriously? No, if you got your hand up, put your hand back down, because you know, no. Sasha Banks wins. If Alicia Fox would have won, that would have been a shake-up. That would have been something. That would have been like, okay, wow, they actually are giving a fuck about the women here. Oh, wow, what? Okay. So anyone can beat anybody at any time? I guess not. No. Again, who took Alicia versus Sasha seriously? Yeah. But, a match 2 takes seriously Bray Wyatt against Dean Ambrose. And it was a good fucking match. Until... Okay. The Miz was on commentary, whining, crying about when he was Intercontinental Champion, it meant something just like when he watched people win while he was growing up. Once again, it's a fucking broken record here. And no, it was not something when The Miz had the Intercontinental Championship. And I said before, and I'll say it again, the only reason why The Miz even got fucking noticed was because of that fucking crying on Talking Smack against Daniel Bryan. Period. I mean, he was talking about when is the last time Dean Ambrose defended the title. It's like, wait a minute, Miz, you hardly ever defended the title. That's why no one actually cares or remembers when you were fucking champion, because you would duck and dodge every fucking challenge and hide behind your wife, or your wife does all the fucking work for you. Seriously. But Dean Ambrose, yeah, he defended at WrestleMania and won. Okay, it was on a pre-show, but nevertheless, he won. The Miz lost a mixed tag with his wife against John Cena and fucking Nikki Bella, of all people. Yeah, people haven't forgot about that shit. But, look, it was a good match until Miz left commentary and went down the ringside, and next thing you know, all the shit began. The Miz grabs the Intercontinental Championship belt and actually shows it off, and so on and so forth. Dean Ambrose actually dives through the ropes and attacks The Miz. Bray Wyatt goes out and attacks Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose throws Wyatt back in the ring. Miz hits Dean Ambrose in the back with the Intercontinental Championship belt, leaving him easy pickies for Bray Wyatt and his sister Abigail. Miz gets in, and now they moved up the Intercontinental Championship match to next week on Raw. And it's like, okay, so you don't want to have it at Extreme Rules because Miz doesn't want to do any Extreme Rules stuff. So they moved the match to Raw. And he talked shit and talking about, yeah, you know, this will be around my waist next week, and it will be that A word that he's not. The Miz is not that A word that he says he is. Well, Miz is an asshole, but he's not that other A word that he says he is, regardless. He's just not. Again, talking on the mic, not relevant. Bust your ass in the ring and put on fucking classic matches and be a fucking threat. The Miz can't do all the above. He just can't. Not all, no. He just can't. So, look, that was the show, and it's like, I hope they don't have that pussy win that Intercontinental Championship next week. So, what did you think about the show? Do you agree you disagree with my assessments about the matches in the fucking backstage segment. Am I full of shit? I would like to know. Please leave me a comment below. I'm always open to a debate about wrestling. And by the way, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Always here, well, I try to be here every week for Raw and SmackDown, and I'm trying to find the time to branch out to other things as far as wrestling. I mean, I would love to cover NXT. I would love to, I mean, I cover the pay-per-views, but it's just like, I mean, life takes over, people. I mean, I do this, I do the middle-aged guy stuff, and it's just like, yeah, life. Life just takes over. What are you going to do? I mean, I don't do this for a living, even though I'm giving it a try. But, Miz is Intercontinental Champion again. I just can't stand the fucking thought, and it's just, anyway, drop kicks, body slams, throw motherfuckers on the top rope, both feet hitting the floor. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan. This is the theme, and I'll see you later. Credits.